Hi everyone, I'm going to show you my favorite Korean resource when I was a beginner. So there are a lot of Korean learning apps out there, but this app is hands down, for me, is the best app for an absolute beginner in Korean. Learning Korean particularly can be very difficult, especially if you're coming from a native language that has a very different structure, just like English. So, for example, English sentences are structured as subject, verb, object, as in I like dogs or I eat apples. So it's subject, verb, object. But in Korean, it's scrambled. A basic Korean structure is subject, object, verb. So I like dogs would be I dogs like. And I eat apples would be I apples eat. So in the beginning, this can be quite difficult to get used to, especially when the sentences start becoming longer. Like, it's okay if it's just basic, I like this, I eat that. But what happens when there are noun phrases? Like, I like dogs that are very cute. So the noun phrase there is dogs that are very cute. So in Korean, it would be I, dogs that are very cute, like. So it's like, 저는 귀여운 강아지를 좋아해요. And even that is still a short-ish sentence. So the more the sentences become longer, the more it deviates from the English structure. And like I said, this can get really difficult to get used to in the beginning. But this app breaks down long sentences into parts, allowing you to isolate parts of the sentences and understanding them separately and then connecting them together as a whole. And anyway, I will demonstrate. The name of the app is Podo. So Podo is available in Android. At the moment, it is not available in the App Store, which is a shame. So it is similar to other language learning apps in that it gives you mini lessons. But I think that's where the similarity ends. Because in other language learning apps that I've tried, they break down the lessons by, say, vocabs or by themes, like nationality or like by fruits, by numbers, and stuff like that. But in Podo, as you can see, the lessons are broken up by sentence endings or by grammar, which I think is really more useful because the lessons are actually more bite-sized in that it only tackles one grammar per lesson and you can practice using that particular grammar or sentence ending in that lesson. So each lesson has 4 parts. So the first part is the words or the vocabs. So one of the things that I really like as well is the cute graphic. See, the drawings are really cute and it has the Hangul and it also has the pronunciation in Hangul. If a particular word is difficult to pronounce, such as this one, itta, how you say it is like itta. So this word is simple to pronounce, so there's no more supplementary pronunciation in Hangul at the bottom. So that is the portion of the words. And then there's the quiz portion where it quizzes you about the words that you have just studied. So itta. And then there's the sentence. So this is the portion where I think that this app really shines because it's sentences, right? But it actually introduces us the parts of the sentences first before it expands to longer sentences. So like this one, so itta, we already learned this and it has supplementary explanation. And then 있어요. So how is it conjugated? And then 친구 있어요. This is an example sentence for the 있다 verb. So instead of showing us 친구 있어요 and then explaining each part, it actually showed us first the 있다 and then the conjugation and then the full sentence. So it's making us get used to forming sentences from scratch. And then 친구 있어요 and then it expanded even more. 한국 친구 있어요. So do you have a Korean friend? So another example, 얘기하다. 얘기해요. The conjugation. 어디에서 얘기해요? 카카오톡. 카카오톡에서. So every time the words, the phrases, or the sentences, they expand little by little and you exactly see how the sentence came to be. So from 카카오톡 to 카카오톡에서. 카카오톡에서 얘기해요. And then there is the dialogue portion. You can play the conversation and repeat after them.
한국 친구 있어요? 네, 한 명 있어요. 어디에서 얘기해요? 카카오톡에서 얘기해요.
I think the voice recordings are high quality as well. And because it is free, there's just ads, but you just have to close them. We'll try an even longer one, and you can see the sentence breaking up part in action. Really cool. This one maybe. These sentences are the parts that will make up the dialogue. So in the dialogue, when you play them later, this is actually how those dialogues came to be. So that's why I think this is the best app for absolute beginners because it can make you get used to forming these sentences, it can train your brain really early on how these Korean sentences are formed, especially because the structure is very different from English. So like 재미있어요. 이 드라마 재미있어요. 그런데 없어요. What is 없어요? 자막이 없어요. No subtitles. 아직 자막이 없어요. So just one word added. There's no subtitles yet. 어때요? 이해하다. 이해할 수 있어요. And then there is more explanation in the card. So earlier from 이해하다 to 이해할 수 있어요, and now it's 조금 이해할 수 있어요. 볼 거예요. 두 번 볼 거예요. So can you see why I really like this app? Because the app starts you with the base part of the sentence, and then it slowly expands by adding a suffix, by adding a word, by adding more phrases, and then it turns into this one full sentence. So like this in the dialogue. So these are the words that we saw, and now it's in one full conversation. 이 드라마 재미있어요. 그런데 아직 자막이 없어요. 어때요? 이해할 수 있어요? 괜찮아요. 조금 이해할 수 있어요. 두 번 볼 거예요. And then you can play it, you can check your pronunciation, or you can repeat after it. But yes, it's very good for practice. And one more thing is Podo actually works on a point system. So you can see this 130 points at the top. So you actually earn them by watching videos. So I didn't really finish the intermediate level yet, because at that time when I finished the beginner level, the intermediate lessons were not available yet, and I kind of didn't notice that the intermediate level already have a couple more of lessons. So that's why I hadn't been able to get back to these yet. But as you can see, they're close, and you want to unlock this by using points. Yes, and then you just unlock lessons by points, and then you just go through them. The intermediate lesson is actually a little bit different. So it's more on sentence building. So 화장품을 찾고 있어요. So I think it's actually very good as well, since it's just more practice for sentence building, because you've gotten used to seeing how Korean sentences are made, and now you get to make your own, not as in start from scratch, but basically arrange, which I think is still really very good practice. So we still have the ads, but we just have to close them. So how you can earn these points is you just have to go here, and then you either purchase points, or you can view an ad to get 5 points, which I think is very generous. You just have to wait for the 30 seconds. So let's fast forward. So that's it. And then see, my points earlier was 115 and now it's 120. So you can binge the ads, like you can literally play them and mine points as many as you want, and it doesn't matter. You can have your points and you can unlock all the lessons for free. And if you can spot any error or you have any suggestion, the app developer will actually reward you with points. Before, I think I spotted an error, or was it I gave a suggestion? I'm not sure, but the app developer gave me, I think, 100 points. So that's 20 ads skipped, right? 100 points. There's also the reading portion, but there's not much yet, but it's good for practice. So the grammars that you've learned in the mini lessons, you can find them here, which I think is really good too. And again, the voice recordings are high quality. So every time you click back, there's an ad. And then there's also writing. So you can actually write your own sentences and have it corrected by a native teacher, but it costs points as well. But with how easy points can be mined, you can pretty much practice making sentences and have it corrected for free. And then collection. So if you actually have a card and you add to collection, so it will get added there. Even the sentences as well, everything can be added to collections. Then you can study the words that you saved in collection. So they can be your favorites or the words or grammars that you found difficult. And then you can review them in isolation. So yes, I've saved both 안녕히 주무세요. But anyway, so that's it for the Podo tour. So if you're a beginner in Korean and you were wondering what to use at the start of your Korean learning journey, I highly recommend Podo. So I am in no way related to Podo. I am just recommending it based on what I experienced and how it actually set up my foundation for Korean. So this is Raya. Stay healthy and happy. I will see you on the next video.